In this video, I want to help you prepare for events that will be taking place. No fear. In fact, you're going to love this video, and it may take you to a different space of thinking and reality that you haven't been in. You might be awakened. That's okay. You're going to get this, and you and I can transform the world. Sound like a big order? It's not. You ready for this? You're going to love it. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. You know, you're eternal. I want you to understand something. When I talk about preparing for the future, we're playing a holographic game that's so real, and we are so convinced that this is just what we are. That the feelings and emotions, that's as real as it gets, right? When you believe something, it is real for you. It is purposeful. All of this has purpose. There is no chaos. There is no conflict. It's all created. Now, I want you to know something about the future, because I'm going to tell you right now about that. This is a fact, and it's really not rocket science, right? If I choose to go to college, that one decision completely changed the future of my life and everybody else, because now I am contributing in a different way, meeting different people. Maybe I marry a different person and have kids or what. The entire future changed, and everybody else connected, which is everyone, changed also by one decision that one person makes. This is our future. So when you go to people to learn what the future, what's the future going to be, you're not recognizing the obvious fact that every action, belief, thought changes the future. And so somehow we think that our actions right now aren't really truly related to a future that somebody sits there and tells you is going to happen. No one can predict the future. No one knows it. Why? Because we're creating it at every moment. Nothing is static. This is not a static universe or metaverse, right? Every decision you make changes the future, you alone. And so that one decision and everybody that you communicated with, your actions, everything, changed everything that goes on out, right? The butterfly that creates the hurricane at some point, this is you. I want to help you prepare for the future. I want to help you create it with me. I want to help you understand that you and I can change it. So if you've heard anything negative, it's just a warning sign that maybe we haven't made the best decisions up to this point to change our reality. We have to be ready for it. There's nothing good nor bad, just more lessons, more classes. Some people, you know, they don't take their PhD or they don't graduate. They have to go back and do it over and over again. Some people continue to try and try and try with their businesses. They don't give up. They continue to do certain things and learn and develop their products or services until they're successful. This is no different. This is what we're doing. Are you ready to get it right? Because if you shift over to what I'm about to share with you, which might seem really insane, so get ready for this, you and I can create a completely different future than you ever imagined. You and I hold that power because we are the creators. We are the source. We are the projectors of our own realities, which of course contribute and are the whole. All right? We are the whole. So how do we change or project our future? If you're familiar with my teachings, you guys can come over. This is free. I teach you, and this is critical in this video. Listen to the whole video. This is really important. I am on this planet to help people to break through fear. I teach this. Thousands of people have changed their lives and told me about this. I get emails, all kinds of, proof that they have changed their realities and gateways have opened up for them they never imagined possible. They've gone into peace, new jobs, flourish, better relationships, completely different people they've become. Just by breaking through fear and accepting, here's the key thing right now, accepting that all of these things that happen have purpose and we don't always have to know why, but we know that we're participating in that. So if something comes to you, you can change it, but not by fighting it. So as we go into our future, more challenges are going to come because all the cause out there is creating an effect that's going to show up immediately, later on. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as time. But no one's ever off the hook. All right? You either learn a lesson and you progress, or you continue in the same patterns, you go into fear, and that's where the split happens. There's no actual split, but let's use that term. When people understand and let go of that material, with letting go, this is what I'm teaching in my class right now. This is the biggest thing. How do I let go? Pain and suffering, actually struggle, comes from not accepting what's happening and wanting it to be different. That's your ego. How do you prepare to not go into fear as things happen out there that we are not going to like? It could be weather, it could be with our energy, it could be with our finances. It's going to be all the above, because in order for us to change, all of that has to change. And we can't stay in that system, that holographic matrix that we created. We put all those things in place. It didn't just happen to us. We as human beings did that. And it was fueled by egos and wanting things and getting more. How do you prepare? Well, I'm going to ask you something right now. Are you in fear of any kind? Whatever you focus on, you project, you create, you fuel. So if I spend my time in fear of a future that I can actually change, because I'm believing, I wouldn't go into fear unless I believe something bad's going to happen, right? That's a story you're telling yourself. I have to change that story, because my future could be that I don't have all the answers. I know I'm here for a positive purpose, and everything is going to come to me, flow to me exactly the way it should, and I'm going to be a positive force on this planet no matter what happens. We don't get out of the challenges. I know that's the not so happy part. I'm telling you right now, it's not who you are. And that what will come from those challenges will elevate you to a place that could take you into euphoria in the worst possible situations. You have to let go of that story that causes fear. Fear is our whole focus on this planet, is to go into faith, and that dissolves the fear. And all of a sudden you realize, I have nothing to be afraid of, because I'm actually in control of that future. And even as a collective, we experience things together. I can be the light that changes all of it. I can be the light that affects the other person who might be in fear, that goes into some peace because of me. No blame, no finger pointing. Sees the other in fear and knows that the things that they're doing and saying and their separation is coming from a place of negativity, lower frequency, density. That's all it is. You have to go into compassion. Preparing for this next events that are going to happen has to start right now. What is that? Eating healthier, communicating differently. Everything you do all day long has to be for the greater good. All of it. By the way, you'll benefit greatly from that. All my students have had unbelievable abundance flow to them because of that. I talked about a DNA shift, and that's happening, right? It's not something that just happens overnight. It does take a while. You'll have symptoms, electrical shocks. If you haven't seen that video, you might want to watch it. You might have healings. I had a spontaneous healing during that event. That was years ago. It's going to happen for you. If you go into a lighter space and you detach from the material world, you can still have amazing, wonderful things and enjoy the material world, but it will not control you anymore. As we go into events that'll start happening on the planet as part of our transition, instead of going into fear, how can you be of service? Learn to eat healthier, less food, healthier food. Eliminate toxins in your daily life. Everything that you do should revolve around creating a better holographic story for all of us, because that's the game. And it's a beautiful one. And you will go into a space of euphoria no matter what happens out there. You know, people that go into awakened states have been in the worst possible situations. Why? They let go of everything because they were in so much pain. They just didn't care anymore. Eckhart Tolle is one of them. He spent a lifetime. Spontaneous healing, right? No, he spent a lifetime of pain. Lifetime. He wanted to kill himself when he was a kid. He was so miserable. And finally, later in life, I think he was like maybe in his late 20s, 30s, and he was on the streets for 2 years in total euphoria. Enough food's going to come to you, enough shelter, love, and we have to work as a community. And you have to prepare for that now and become that now, because you will project that as our future. So we have to transition and focus on every word, every action, thought, belief, and observe it, watch it, and ask yourself if you are contributing in a positive way. And if you've seen my 3 seconds to manifest anything, I'm going to shoot another video and re-release that. What am I manifesting with every thought? You're changing our future with your thoughts. You are. Because when you have higher thoughts, you're living your life differently. Your actions are different, your beliefs, and the entire quantum field shifts. And let's talk just the physical world. You're behaving differently, so you affect people differently. So you change somebody's day when you went in the grocery store and, you know, help them carry groceries to the car, or open the door for them, or told them that they look lovely today. You changed something at that moment. You are so important right now. And if we don't prepare right now and get our butts in check, the spiritual butt kick, you guys know this. If we don't get our butts in check, we will continue to live in fear, and when we hit these challenging times, it will be horrendous for us. We're going to think of it as something horrible. When we have challenging times, when you go to a higher frequency, not only you're prepared for it, you know you're doing your job, and you're not afraid at all, because you go, here we go. Here we go. The world's going to change, and I came here for this. You don't have to love somebody that is doing horrendous things, but have compassion. That's still love. They are human beings, light, just like you. What do you want to choose? You came here for this. It's go time. Maybe it's time to change the way you think and your actions, and put yourself to good use, and go ahead and earn that abundance. Shift your mindset. I know it's not easy for everybody, but you have to ask yourself, how did I create this? And what am I creating right now with my thoughts? What am I supposed to learn from this? Because I can change any situation. Any situation you can. Those of you who are struggling, why? Reverse engineer it. There are a lot of good reasons right there. Good reasons. And lessons to be learned. You can change it. You don't have to be that person anymore. You want to join me? Let's plan for the future. We're going to create it right now. And we are powerful. There's proof of this. So, every thought, every action that you take changes the future. It's just that simple. So make those thoughts, beliefs, and actions amazing. You guys, these are free. And the other thing too, you know, this world's going to change as far as what we do for a living. These are free videos. People are creating online businesses. We're still going to communicate online, and if that ever goes out, well, it's going to be a totally different ballgame anyways. But can you imagine not concerned about the industry you work in anymore and doing something you love? These are free videos. Check it out. Please subscribe and share these. We can change the world. We are the world. We are the creators. You have to know that. You're strong and powerful, beautiful, perfect, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.